Hey guys, Jake Back Knives. Just wanted to do a quick LOT on the Tradecraft. If you guys are not familiar, LOT stands for Logical Order of Thinking. So thank you, Bill Rapier, for that explanation. At any rate, what I wanted to do is give a quick explanation on the locking mechanism, the button lock that I use for the auto Tradecraft. It is a little bit different than other makers' way of doing things. So I just wanted to explain it and some of the pros and cons, but mostly it's just pros. So on a Kuwakin design, it is a little bit more difficult to close the blade. So when you open it, what ends up happening is, since the blade is completely submerged and actually below flush, it's a little bit more difficult to close in a Kuwakin style auto, but you know, that's just the nature of the beast. So the blade needs to be closed from the finger choil here. So pretty easy. You can do that one-handed and close this flush. Now, the logical order of thinking on some of the button improvements that I've made is that, here's one of the buttons that I make. Somewhat difficult to see in here. 17.4 stainless, H900 heat treat. One thing you'll notice right off the bat is that this center post is much larger in diameter than most. I have a large corner radius on the inside because I've found that those can break relatively quickly. But I also gave a healthy corner radius to this sear engagement face along with the lock face, so it's nice and smooth transition there. And then on the blade itself, something that I do quite a bit differently than other knife companies. Now this is a unfinished blade, so it's not completely polished out, but these surfaces are rounded. The sear engagement faces are rounded. Typically you'll see these come in and then it's a straight shelf, 90 degrees straight down. That creates a great deal of wear against the lock face as it travels along. Let's get this oriented correctly. So as it travels along, it goes to engage, it immediately just drops off and snaps into place. Well, when you have a straight edge here on your lock face, and you have a straight edge here, what happens is it shaves off a little tiny piece, and you'll notice that on some of your locks, you have to kind of push them and rotate them to get to a fresh spot on the button after a while. You won't have to do that with this lock face. So what happens is, because I rounded it, it will slowly slide in, and it'll have a more gradual and more surface contact as it engages. And then an additional benefit to decreasing the amount of wear is that when you push the button, what's going to happen is it's going to be a much smoother transition as you push the button. So it's much more akin to like a good trigger on a Glock, you know, like an agency arms trigger on a Glock. What'll happen there is that button operates very smoothly and flies open very nicely. Still has all the snap, but it's much smoother as you disengage the button. So that's why I designed it that way. One downside that you can get to that is if you very slowly and deliberately close right there, you can kind of feel it drop, and if you release, you can keep it, you can get the blade to release right there, but you just push it in all the way and it will lock. It's pretty much the only downside to having a more smooth, less wear lock face, but it's something that somebody had a question on for me, so I figured I'd do a video to kind of show how that works. So again, if you're going to open and close it, it's a Kuwakin design, so you can do it one-handed, you can do it two-handed. You can even close it down here, but you have to push it in further just so that you can get some more engagement in there. But your best bet is to close it from the choil so that you can get a good close on it. And that's that. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And again, if you need anything, shoot me an email or check out the website, jacobacknives.com. Thanks.